everyone. I'm Gia. Welcome to my welcome to YouTube. How everybody doing? Happy New Year to all y'all. Welcome to 2024. I'm so happy to be here. Boy, for a minute there, I ain't think I was gonna make it, honey. I ain't think I boy, 2023 got rough. Didn't it? It got rough for a whole lot of people. It might have got a little rough for some people. But I'm gonna tell you what's really crazy for me, because I'm just gonna get into it. If you like my channel, like and subscribe to it. Okay, this is Gia's testimony. I'm just a simple girl from Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to Newark, New Jersey. Okay, and I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia. Every time I say Atlanta, poor Atlanta, I just have this sigh voice. It's like Atlanta. I mean, some people been out here to Atlanta. They got a different concept about what Atlanta is, who Atlanta is, what's in Atlanta. If you really want to know it, know the fact that downtown Atlanta is not Atlanta. The airport is not Atlanta. It's not like New York City where, you get off the plane. And even in New York City, I got to tell you, because I'm from North New Jersey. So even when you get off the plane in New York City, you got to go a little ways to get into the city of Manhattan. So if you coming in through JFK or if you coming in through LaGuardia, you're coming into different little boroughs and not Manhattan. So the same thing goes for Atlanta, Georgia. If you coming to Hartfield Jackson Airport in Atlanta, Georgia, let it be known you got to ask yourself what side of the street you going on. If you going on the south side or you going on the north side, you going on the east side or you going to the west side. That's how Georgia is. That's how Georgia is made up, and that's how Atlanta is. So, a lot of people get real disappointed when they come out here because they have no idea where to go. I mean, in all honesty, they need to have more arrows pointing to where you need to go. Okay? So, I'm coming here to you live. Well, I'm not really live. This is the first time I'm doing this. I was so nervous. It took me so long to kind of get this together and to do this and to post it on my YouTube channel. And again, like and subscribe. I talk about a few things. I'm involved in a few things. So the first thing is I want to say that I am a Christian. I'm a believer in Christ, and I love the Lord. He has been so good to me over the years, and it's been a lot of years. For some of y'all, I may look a little younger than what I am, but I am not that young. I'm a Gen Xer. Okay, so I know y'all heard the rumors about Gen Xers. You see it on TikTok and everything. We don't really come out and say a whole lot unless there's a whole lot going on. Okay, and if we start talking, then some of y'all better start listening, because the boomers got y'all messed up out here. You see, I got my little colorful shirt on. This is a little bit Christmas here, but I love the color red. Red is like probably one of my favorite colors. Red and white and black and blues, but red has a tendency to be, a fine color of mine. I like red. So the first thing I want to discuss is my man Cat Williams. Cat Williams killed it on the Shake Shake Club. What? He went ham. He went ham. But if you know anything about Cat Williams, you know Cat Williams gonna go ham. Cat Williams gonna say what he wanna say. Cat Williams gonna say what the truth is. That's one thing about y'all understand about Cat Williams. Some of y'all have been following Cat Williams for a time. I've been following Cat Williams. I like Cat Williams. Cat Williams has always been the rawest. He's always been the realest. I mean, of course he has a Napoleon complex. And no offense to you, Cat, because I love you, Cat. Short man, I like y'all. I like Short man. Y'all got confidence is through the roof. So when he said that he was taller in person than he was on camera, he not lying. He ain't lying. That man ain't lying, because his personality and who he is and everything about him, it stands like a giant out here. It stands like a giant. So yes, he is. And if nobody don't want to say it, damn, I'm just gonna have to say it. Cat Williams is the king of comedy. I said it. Cat is a king of comedy. I'm gonna tell you that for sure. I'm gonna show you because we got great ones. We got great ones. We love everybody love Dave Chappelle. I saw Dave Chappelle on Netflix. Dave, you need to go and take yourself a vacation and kind of relax. You ain't got to prove nothing nowhere to nobody, Netflix, anything. Why don't you go have yourself like about a 3-month hiatus? You know, love on yourself. Let your wife love on you and your kids and your friends and your family love on you, and take yourself a moment and take yourself a break. We love Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle stood up for what he felt was right in his life, and Cat Williams felt the need to express what was going on in his life with comedy, and that's comedy. Richard Pryor did the same thing. Richard Pryor did the same thing and told Eddie Murphy to tell Bill Cosby to go have a Jello pop and go itself. Okay? Now, if you don't know nothing about that, that's it. If y'all thought that comedians all got along, that is insane for y'all to think that. That's just like saying all hairstylists get along. I'm a former hairstylist. We don't all get along. We don't all get along, and it's competitive. And like Kat said, it's competitive. And it's in any industry that you get into that there's a career balance known to it, that you can go up, that there's no ceiling for you, that you can go as high as you want to go in the industry. It's competitive. So Kat made the statement that it's a competitive industry. He said who he did not care for, and he said who he did not like. I got to tell you, I was there with Raw. I heard Eddie Murphy. I listened. I watched Which Way Is Up. If y'all don't know what Which Way Is Up is, that's what Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was one of the funniest comedians out here. He was hilarious. You had Red Fox that was funny. And then you had some ones that came before them. Ma Mabel's. She was hilarious. Oh, she would tear the sheets off the way. She wasn't always accepted in community. We got some more. People don't get some more a whole lot of credit either. She is a funny comedian. I mean, we talk about some funny cats. But that wasn't what this thing was about with Kat. Kat was saying how Jokers like really is out here selling. They sold for $1. And I gotta say, they selling it for less than what celebrities are selling it for. They out here selling it for less. They're selling it for less. So let me get to some other things. Okay, so now The View. Okay. I used to be a big fan of The View. I gotta admit, I liked The View at one point. I really liked it when they put Whoopi Goldberg in. I really thought that it had did some, it really went to different heights when they had put Whoopi Goldberg on The View, and then they had Sunny, and they got the other crew, the other two ladies. I'm sorry, ladies, I don't always recognize what your name was, but I like both of y'all. Y'all got a great cast there. And Whoopi Goldberg, everybody know Whoopi Goldberg. If they know her, they know that she was a comedian. And Whoopi Goldberg was a comedian, and she did stand-up. If y'all don't know that, that's a tip for y'all. Whoopi Goldberg did stand-up comedy. And she did comedy with it was called Comic View. And it was Whoopi Goldberg, it was Robin Williams, and it was Billy Crystal. And I'm going to tell you, that was funny. It was funny, but Whoopi Goldberg did comedy. Before she got into acting, before she got on The View, before she did her acting debuts and things like that, like comedy brought Whoopi Goldberg into the spotlight. And Whoopi Goldberg wasn't always taken, as y'all know, as attractive. So she came up against a lot of obstacles to stand where she was at. But the question goes to, how much did she sell to get there? That's the real question. But anyway, Whoopi Goldberg is she's a very good actress. I like her. I enjoy her films. I've enjoyed films. I remember she did Jumpin' Jack Flash. She did the other one with the young ladies. The she played the nun that was running from the mob. I thought she was great in that. She was hilarious in that. She did so many roles. She did Corrine. I think it was Cora or Corrine. She showed that she was a serious actress, and she did some really great film. You know, she did really good. But the one that a lot of people know Whoopi Goldberg for is The Color Purple. And speaking of The Color Purple, a disaster area. A straight disaster area. Somebody, anybody, call Oprah, call Steven Spielberg, and tell them that they have lost touch. This morning, I saw her. She was at the Golden Globe Awards. Miss Oprah Winfrey was at the Golden Globe Awards. Because you got to call her Miss Oprah Winfrey. Because, you know, Oprah, she came over a lot of hurdles. She wasn't the most attractive woman out there. But she had skills. She could get to the source, and she was a journalist. And Whoopi Goldberg came from, you know, a small town in the South, and, you know, that's her story. You know, in these times, you know, I don't know. People is coming out with different stories. They saying one thing and it's another, so I don't know. But anyway, I know that she's a Southern girl. And she came into, you know, Chicago, and she went to a couple of other places. She did news broadcasting, and she's a journalist. So we're going to have to call her Miss Oprah Winfrey. You know, we may not like what she do, we may not like some of the things, but I'd say this one thing for sure. We got to pray for Miss Oprah Winfrey, honey, because That Color Purple was a hot mess, and the soundtrack was awful. I don't even know what even made them think that should be something that should be made into a musical. Like, some things just need to just be left alone. You know, like, just leave it alone. Like, if you can't find another avenue or another way of making something, or talk to a couple of people, find out what's going on, that show how out of touch she is. That show how out of touch Steven Spielberg is. That shows how out of touch these people are. They're out of touch. Okay, they're out of touch. Okay, they're totally and completely out of touch with reality and what the average person is dealing with, going through, seeing, exposed to. They're completely out of touch. Now, let's go on to something else. Okay, let's make this a little bit light. Did I forget anything? Oh, yeah, I don't want to forget. January 2024. Last year, January, not last year, what was it, 2020? We had the insurrection. It's not funny, but damn it, it is funny. It's not funny, but it's funny. I'm sorry, you got me all upset. It's funny, but it's not funny. Okay? They had sat up here and talked about my boy Donnie. If y'all don't know Donald Trump, they done put him in there with the crap with the Epstein thing, and now they got him with January 6th, and they didn't complete that task, and now they going for him, and they saying in the states don't really want to put him on the ballot. It's all corrupt as far as I'm concerned. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, I didn't want to say it, and I didn't want to start my new YouTube channel off with a bang, but I think we need to step back from the Democratic Party and find out what's going on. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that we people, black people, Spanish people, if you have been voting Democrat for all these years and you have been living a life of very little means, and they tell you they're gonna help you out, they ain't gonna do nothing for you. I mean, Republican Party ain't no better, but I think we need to step back a little bit, and we need to get some answers answered. And things is a little shady and shaky. It's real shady, and I'm gonna tell you who's shady. them senators and them congressmen, them the real ones y'all need to be looking at. Y'all looking at the wrong thing. Them other ones is the ones y'all need to be checking out. They fierce. I'm here to tell you they fierce. Okay? So let's just keep our eyes open on that one. And we got shout out to the Shay Shay Club for Cat Williams to bring a crowd every time. I mean, you can't expect nothing else from the cat. You can't expect nothing else from Cat Williams. Cat Williams, he got now 30 million views on YouTube and all other platforms. And you know why? Because Cat Williams brings in the dough. Shout out to Cat Williams one more time. That man said he got backup. They say, you know, you afraid of Indians? He said, what? They ain't got no backup. That was one of my best ones. I loved it. Yeah, Cat ain't never lied. They ain't got no backup. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's all. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot going on. It's a lot happening. Another TTP TV bit. Hair. It's been a disaster zone. Okay, here it is. I've been a hairstylist for over 30 years. I am a third generation stylist. I'm a barber. I'm a colorist. I deal with balding and weaving. I'm a precision cutter, and I'm a hair care provider. I've always been that. It's in my DNA. Okay, so I could trace back hair in my family far, far, far back. And I got some tips because I've been hearing some sisters talking about their hair experience with professionals. And I gotta tell you, the stories that I've heard and I've heard in the industry that I've been in, and I've heard since I've been down here in Atlanta, and I've been in the North, and I was in California, and I'm gonna tell you, the one main thing y'all hairstylists don't do, y'all not courteous. Y'all not courteous. Y'all don't give service, and y'all don't act like y'all in the service industry. I've been in the industry for 30 years. It is very, very rewarding. Financially, it can be an uplift in your whole entire life if you do it right. If you're not in it for the money and you're in it for the service of the client and the man or the woman that you're servicing, and you're in it to help them with themselves and allow them to be themselves, and they're coming in for a new attitude, a new change. If you can't come down off your so-called high horse and come and speak to people and tell them what's going on with their hair, I've never heard of such a thing. They got to wash their hair before they come. What in the world? State board won't allow it. I said it. State board won't allow it. If state board find out, and I don't care what state you in, if state board find out that you didn't do the first proper procedure and how to service a client, they'll give you a fine. They will fine you. Okay? The first thing is consultation. Greeting. Hello, how are you? Welcome to X, Y, and Z. May I help you? The client says, I'm looking for XYZ ZDTV vet. Okay, ma'am, sir, can you have a seat, please? And someone will be right with you to discuss the service that is required. The service that's required. The women are saying on TikTok and YouTube, and I am just outdone, that they are going into these places and these men, women, and are ruining their natural hair, ruining their natural, beautiful locks of hair. What are you, insane? take pride, care of your client's hair. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. I'm going to come back out here. The first thing is, when you go into a hair salon, if they don't give you a nice greeting, turn around and walk out. It'd be the best thing for you. I'm not for putting your hair into ponytails all the time, but I am for you combing your hair on a regular basis. Putting a little oil, moisturizing your hair, washing your hair weekly or every 2 weeks until you can find someone that can give you the proper service that you need and can deal with you in the proper way that your hair needs to be dealt with. So my suggestion is that, ladies, comb your hair out, your textures, things like that. You know your hair. If your hair is feeling a little dry, make sure you put some oil in it. You could put grease. Stop going with this whole everything is vegan. Some of us need some grease. Some of y'all sisters need some grease. Y'all need somebody. Y'all need to sit in between your auntie or your cousin or some of your man's in between his legs and say, could you oil my scalp like grandma used to do with her husband? And say, baby, could you oil my scalp? And put some grease in that scalp. Brush it, comb it, just like you do the babies. Do your hair the same way. Get out. If you got a wig, please, for God's sakes, I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm not gonna try to take up too much of y'all time. But if you're wearing a wig and your hair smell worse than a wig, and a wig got synthetic fibers in it and some human fibers, but for the record, there needs to be a form of synthetic fiber in order for the wig to hold its stance and hold its time. And some hair is more synthetic than others. Some got a whole lot more human hair attached to it than it got synthetic hair attached to it. So I'm just here to say that it may have a little bit of fiber in it, but if it doesn't take the wig off your head, okay, you could give yourself 3 braids and put a wig cap on and put a cap on if you're not planning to lay in this thing. And if you planning to lay in this thing and you feel as though you can't maintain it, get a weave. Get a weave. Get a weave so that you can have some type of growth that can happen at the end of the period of time that you're dealing with. Come on now, and stop trying to, and stylists, y'all need to be telling people this. Give them the best solution. Don't do it because you got a new wig in the mail from Amazon or Tubi or Temu. You just got a new wig from Temu and Amazon, and you want to try it on somebody. And this woman got to go to work. And she working a double shift. She might be working the late night shift, and she might be working the early morning shift. That she gotta be at work at one job at one time and another job at another time. And damn it, she been working, but at least she want to be able to pull her hair back into a ponytail and look good in her hat, and get some moisturizer. And as hairstylists, it ain't just the hair. If you see a problem with a person's skin, you supposed to say something. If you see a problem with their hands, you supposed to say something. Y'all out here thinking y'all flyer than the client. The client is the reason why you fly. Horrible. Just a hot, regular, minute mess. That's right, I'm a Gen Xer. There was an etiquette doing hair. Y'all, that's a field that you could take pride in, being a barber and being a hairstylist. And that's right, barbershop said it, the beauty salon said it, they all said it in the movie here, 1, 2, or 3, but it's the truth. It is a noble profession. It is a profession that is noble. It's a profession that can feed your family. It's a profession that you could get into, but you gotta stick with it. Like any other profession, it ain't just oh yeah, you went to school and now they told you was gonna make $1.5 million. They ain't making $1.5 million because it ain't even 10 people that even want you in their hair. let alone 1.5 million dollars worth of people. You know, shoot. When you first get started in this industry, you got to get on your grind. You got to get people to trust you. You got to, be marketable. You got to master your craft. You have to be good at it, and you're going to make some mistakes. And you got to bless those people that stick with you when you make errors, because you good to them and you don't. And errors, I don't mean you done burnt the lady's scalp out with a perm. See, that's why they got this perm thing going on TV about people getting sick from the relaxer. I'm going to go into that tidbit of the science about what chemicals and processing and things like that is all about. I'm just going to do that a little bit because that's my field. I mean, I've been hearing some stuff online, and women have been going through it. And my sisters, I got you. I'm with you. And you got any questions that you need answered, or go to my email and ask me a couple of questions if you want to, and I will surely be happy to give you those answers for free. Yeah, that part. So that you can find yourself a good stylist, because I want the best stylists out here to get the money. These other trash ones, we got to get rid of these trash ones. These trash ones that they call themselves beauticians. If you ain't a stylist and you don't call yourself a stylist and you a beautician, then in your kitchen you need to remain. I'm just saying though. So that's a tip. That's a hair tip for y'all out here. Okay, I'm going on 26 minutes and 32 seconds long. Thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all like it. I hope y'all like my little show that I'm coming on to. It's my testimony. It's basically what I've been through, how good God has been to me, what I'm seeing is going on right now. How can we help the situation and put the Lord first? I mean, in our everyday lives. Like, this is a simple task. Like, this is an everyday life. Some of us want to be fantastic and we want to be superstars. And then some of us just want to be comfortable and want to be able just to live. And you can live well and good with the Lord, and He will deliver you from all the things that you are going through, even your addictions, your sex addictions, and all those other things. He will deliver you from that. He will give you grace and mercy, and He will save a wretch like you, because He saved a wretch like me. Oh, okay. So I want to say goodbye. I want to say thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Come see me again. And then let's just kick it. From a Gen Xer, you know what I'm saying. Let's just kick it. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. And good night.